Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP today. Marc Marquez, the 8-time world champion who has recently transitioned from Repsol Honda to Gresini Ducati, has offered an in-depth explanation of why the classic technique of drifting into corners is now less common in MotoGP. His insights shed light on how advancements in motorcycle technology and aerodynamics have influenced modern riding techniques. Yamaha and Honda riders are gearing up for a busy schedule at Misano with multiple visits to the Italian track. The upcoming series of events will see both manufacturers making 4 appearances at Misano, including private tests and official MotoGP rounds. Rookie Pedro Acosta is gearing up for a promising performance at the Austrian MotoGP, aiming to return KTM to the podium at their home event. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Marquez's comments at the Silverstone GP highlighted a significant shift in riding style in MotoGP. Historically, riders like Casey Stoner and Dani Pedrosa were known for their distinctive style of sliding into corners. This technique involved deliberately letting the rear wheel drift sideways as they entered turns, a practice that was both visually striking and effective in its time. Especially on the brake point and going into the corner, you need to do what the bike wants and not what you want. If you see a bit in the past with Stoner, even Pedrosa, they were always sliding with the rear wheel and going in to the corner with that slide. Quote from Marc Marquez. Marquez noted that while this style was emblematic of earlier eras, it has largely fallen out of favor in the current competitive landscape. The shift away from sliding into corners can be attributed to the significant advancements in motorcycle aerodynamics. Modern MotoGP bikes are designed to maximize downforce, which is critical for optimal performance and handling. Marquez explained that sliding disrupts this aerodynamic balance, making it more challenging to maintain the bike's performance. Now not anymore. Why? Because you kill the aerodynamics and then it becomes more difficult. In essence, the modern approach to riding emphasizes maintaining a stable aerodynamic profile, which helps in achieving higher speeds and better control. Excessive sliding into corners interferes with this balance, making it less practical for today's competitive racing environment. Marquez's transition from the front-end strengths of the Honda to the rear grip advantages of the Ducati has required him to adapt his riding style significantly. The Ducati's design places a greater emphasis on rear-end stability and downforce, which contrasts with the characteristics of his previous machine. As Marquez adjusts to the Ducati bike, he must modify his technique to optimize the bike's aerodynamic benefits while avoiding the rear sliding that characterized his previous riding style. This adaptation process is a key element of his current performance and strategy. Despite the challenges, Marquez remains competitive in the championship standings. Heading into the Austrian GP, he holds 4th place in the championship on the year-old GP23. This position reflects his ongoing adaptation and competitiveness with his new machine. Marc Marquez's reflections on the evolution of riding techniques underscore the broader changes in MotoGP, driven largely by advancements in bike technology and aerodynamics. As Marquez continues to adjust his style to the demands of the Ducati, he remains a key figure in the championship, demonstrating the adaptability and skill that have defined his illustrious career. The MotoGP calendar features 2 rounds at Misano this year, along with an official test, making it a frequent destination for the Premier Class grid. Yamaha's Fabio Quartararo and Repsol Honda's Joan Mir are particularly excited about the busy schedule. We will go to Misano straight after Austria. We have 2 days testing. Quote from Fabio Quartararo. Joan Mir echoed Quartararo's sentiments, emphasizing the unique nature of the schedule. We have Misano test, Misano race, Misano test, Misano race. That will be interesting. Quote from Joan Mir. For Yamaha, the focus is on improving the M1's handling, a key area where they have struggled recently. Quartararo has highlighted the need to balance engine performance with cornering ability. The handling of the bike in the past was our strong point, now it is our weak point. And we have to come back a little bit in this area, Quartararo told Bike Crash. Quartararo also mentioned the challenge of finding the right balance, noting that improving one aspect often requires compromising another. Always when you look for one thing, you sacrifice something else. So for sure we will need to sacrifice something to have better handling, Quartararo concluded. For Honda, the upcoming tests at Misano will help evaluate new parts, including a revised engine configuration. However, Joan Mir has expressed concerns about the suitability of Misano as a testing venue. Misano is a particular track. The grip level is high, with stop-and-go corners. To try things properly you need a track like Sepang, with long corners, a lot of spin, Mir concluded. Despite these concerns, Mir is optimistic about assessing the effectiveness of Honda's new components at Misano. After the Emilia-Romagna round, the MotoGP calendar shifts to the Indonesian Grand Prix at Mandalika, marking the beginning of the flyaway races outside Europe. The busy Misano schedule will provide crucial insights for both Yamaha and Honda as they prepare for the remainder of the season. As Yamaha and Honda gear up for their 4 visits to Misano, the intense schedule promises to be a significant testing ground for both teams. With a focus on improving bike performance and handling, the upcoming tests and races will be pivotal for their season strategies. Stay tuned for more updates as the MotoGP season progresses. After a promising start to the season with podium finishes in Portimao and Kota, Pedro Acosta and KTM have faced challenges in recent races, missing the podium in their last 3 outings. Despite this, Acosta remains optimistic about turning things around at the Red Bull Ring. "I'm still focused on believing that when we go to Austria, Misano, Aragon, Thailand, Japan, we will be again at the front." Quote from Pedro Acosta. The Red Bull Ring stop-go layout suits the RC16's strengths, and Acosta will benefit from recent private testing data. Tech 3 team manager Nicolas Goyen highlighted that both Acosta and Augusto Fernandez will use this data to aim for a strong performance. Both Pedro Acosta and Augusto Fernandez will be able to use all the data acquired by the test team during the tests done in Spielberg. Quote from Nicolas Goyen. Acosta has had a successful history at the Red Bull Ring, including a Moto3 victory in 2021. He expressed his excitement and motivation for the upcoming race, looking to impress KTM's home fans. "Austria has always been a very special circuit for the Pira Mobility family and myself. It is a track that I like, where I achieved good results in the past," Acosta added. Acosta's motivation is high as he seeks to capitalize on the strengths of the KTM bike and deliver a strong showing in front of the Austrian fans. Teammate Augusto Fernandez has struggled with the 2024 bike, particularly with the switch from a steel frame to a carbon fiber chassis. However, the Red Bull Ring's braking zones and corners may play to his strengths. Augusto is still struggling, and still looking for a reference race. The hard braking in the corners of the Red Bull Ring will be more suitable to our bike and his style, Goyen concluded. Acosta is currently competing for 5th place in the championship, while Fernandez is looking to improve from 17th. Acosta's move to the factory KTM team next season adds to the anticipation for his performance. With the Austrian round approaching, Pedro Acosta is poised to make a significant impact and revive KTM's podium hopes. Stay tuned to see if Acosta can leverage his past successes and the team's recent testing data to deliver a standout performance. Thanks for watching ZNGP today, and this is your MotoGP news update. See you in the next video.